Hello VLP, we're on Monday 16th of June. I wish you are well. I really feel happy and confident. We are in this community building some nice information, useful information. Instead of community which told you that Bitcoin price can go up and down since 9 months waiting for the bull run, here we make some nice gain yield every week on a daily basis, weekly, monthly basis, making a 10% income on our earning. And we give you the details of the market, we give you details of a crypto active you should put your money in, and we definitely give you the details of the liquidity pool, how to get into the liquidity pool, how it works. This is not a scam because you always own your money on your wallet. We didn't touch it. This is just an information. There is a school to help you to train to get into liquidity pool and to know how to do that for yourself. And you are in link with other people like you, investor, not gamer, making money every month. So we wait for the bull run for sure, but then we still make money. And you know that the market is 90% of the time in range. So that's the best way to invest in crypto asset. Know how to do that, mastermind what you do, and do it on your own with your own wallet. So there is no scam. This is safe and feel free. So now that we introduce that and we have a best community, let's see what's the activity on the market this week. We finally have a deal between China and the US on tariff, so 55% for US against 10% for Chinese. That's the good news. But the good news was a little bit transformed on Friday because a war get into between Israel and Iran. Israel want to stop nuclear test on Iran. Iran reply, and there kind of very big fight between the two countries. There's a big one and a small one, but the market already meet this type of conflict, and after a week the price go up again, and that's the case. After Friday, we are now on Monday, and price are still back at the price they were on Friday when the conflicts get in. Hope they will solve it. We like peace and don't like war. This week on the 18th of June, the Fed will talk about interest rate. Trump won't definitely decrease of interest rate. I will explain you straight away in the next slide. But the poly market told us that at 98% of chance they will have no change. We will keep the same interest rate. So why Trump want to have the real reason why he want to have an interest cut? Because there's a lot of debt, and the debt has a deadline schedule, and there's 3 trillion of debt which come at the end. So they will need to find some fresh money to rebuy this debt, or the country will go from bankruptcy. So they prefer to buy new debt with lower interests that will cost less to the US, and also the interest cut will provide more money, so that will make more fresh money to buy this old debt. And this is really a key master point you need to keep in mind in your investment. That means they will have a lot of liquidity coming in the market. They don't have choice at all, and that's good for crypto assets. The inflation is around 2%, so there's no really big clue to make a price interest cut for the Fed, like their target. On their target is 2%. We are really close, so there is no way we'll have interest cut on the 18th of June. The mass market and media market talk about crypto finally, and they could talk about it in positive way. This is Paul Tudor, which told that to fight against inflation, the best investment is Bitcoin. It's a digital asset. That's a good thing that on mainstream media like that, we talk positively about crypto. There was a cycle introduction IPO last week. That was a very big success. But then we see a lot of company bring in new stablecoin like the Bank of America or Amazon, and this give me the idea of where I want to buy my money. Do I want to put it on a stablecoin like USDC, which back with American don't debt, or do I want to put my money on a stablecoin where the underlying is a good, wealthy company like Amazon, Walmart, or Societe Generale in France? That's the thing. we need to talk about in the next future after this bull run, because you don't want to have your money depegged. That means the USDC value go down because of the default of the bank debt of the US. So maybe this private stablecoin company will be a nice alternative for our earnings. Micro strategy make a plus 1,000 benefits after announcement they buy Bitcoin with their treasury. That's the same for Metaplanet in Japan. And now we see companies starting to buy something else that Bitcoin or Ethereum, like SNPX, which is by Bittensor. That's a project we definitely like. But that means the money is coming in this digital asset world, and this is a really positive asset, as there is not that much crypto. The more money you have, the more the price will go up. Also, in positive news, we have Coinbase, which make a partnership with American Express on credit cards. That means for the retail people, they will see that definitely with their crypto, they can buy and spend this crypto in a real world, buying their grocery, car, everything. So that will be very positive for crypto acceptance and diffusion. And also we have Coinbase, which will integrate the DEX Aerodrome natively in their application. That's very positive news for Aerodrome, and a nice opportunity to put some liquidity in Aerodrome or buy some more of this asset, and we'll see that later in our target price. The total available market for crypto is at 3.3 trillion. Our target is 5.5, so there's a 56% room of improvements. That means we can still see a big, huge up in price on all altcoin price. Right now, we are at the back of this range. We keep this position, and I like this cross between Tenkan and Kinjun on Ichimoku. We explain this indicator in our community. If you don't know it, you can subscribe, connect, and learn how to use that. Which crypto we will buy? Definitely Bittensor. We talked about it last week. This week we touched our target at 350. I recharge and we buy some. Our target is 4,000, so that's still a 10x potential on this asset. Render is at the lower of its weekly range. That's a very nice timing. This is a retest on the price. Now it should go up definitely at $6 quickly. Our target is 36 bucks, so that's make a 10x on Render. Aerodrome is less than $1. Our target is 15 bucks, so I made the 15x potential. We see there is a nice actuality, so you can buy Aero and hold it. That's a good way. And we'll see in the liquidity part which liquidity pool I will put my money in to make some yields, waiting for this price improvement. On the liquidity pool, the inflow is good, especially on Ethereum, 2.8 billion. That makes several months we didn't see such a big inflow on Ethereum on the last 7 days. So that's good. That means maybe also there's a lot of traffic and a lot of yields on income on Ethereum, and that's also for the Ethereum crypto price improvement. The Bitcoin, after Friday, which go down to the range below between 100 and 92, he finally finalized his weekly candle up to the range, which is good news. This make 2 weeks we finish with a candle in form of a star. That's good. That makes we will have a big change, and maybe we'll see a new ATH this week if the conflict and war doesn't disturb too much the market. So for Bitcoin, we enter last week and we give you the details to get into Defi Tuna pool with a 4x leverage. If you don't know how to use Defi Tuna, you have a video on our community to explain that. This allows us to make amazing 200% APR on Bitcoin. And in the last day, we won 5.72% because we earn in yield, but we also earn in capital improvement because we buy the Bitcoin around 104, and now it's around 106 and 107. So we improve our capital, and in the meantime, we make some nice, amazing yields. Imagine 200% on Bitcoin. In 10 months' time, you will refund your deposit. On Ethereum, we still have a gap to foolish at 200, 800, 3,200. So we are still positive on Ethereum. We finish in range this week. We lack this cross between Tenkan and Kinju here, which is positive for the price. We wait for the price to move to 2,700. Waiting for that since May. We're in range. We are making yields. So we're in good position with this liquidity pool. And we have a range at 204,000, 2,400, sorry, 2,682. This is the range. This products us an APR on 170%, which is really positive on Ethereum, waiting for a price improvement. We also have a liquidity pool in Sol USDC on Defi now. We keep it for 6 days. We make a 7.22% gain. That's an average of 365%. But we get out from Sol because we don't know how the Sol price will move. We think we get into at a too higher price at 151. We'll wait for a retracement around 140 to get back into this pool again with a range at 130 and 160 with a nice APR. We talk about it, Aero USDC, which pool we should get in, Aero USDC or Aero Wrap ETH. This is the range we will use, 0.65 one box for the Aero price. And we see that on Aero Wrap ETH, there is not a good correlation between the assets. So it's better maybe for beginners to get into Aero USDC pool first. And we find one here with 2.1 million total value lock. So you want to get into pool with a lot of liquidity in, more than 250k. So for instance, this one with 40k is not enough to get in. So you have to check for the TVL before you get into a pool. So this one on AErodorme USDC Aero 2.1 million is perfect. And if you shrink the range with concentrated liquidity pool, and we explain how to get into concentrated liquidity pool in our community, you will make a 287 APR on this Aero USDC with such a nice project and big potential for it. That's a must have. If you still want to go into Ether or Aero, I will share this advice with you, but that's more for advanced people because I think Ethereum will go up and Aero will go up because Aero has a nice actuality on Wrap Ether, which is Ethereum. They make a lot of money on the last 70 days. So even if the correlation is not good, I think the correlation will get better because the two assets I think will go up at the same time. So I will make a range of 0.25 or 0.31 and 0.25, 0.38. And this will give me, with a more shrink range, an APR of 400%, and with a bigger range, an APR of 223%. Let's make a range of almost 40%, less 16 plus 28%. And here, let's make a range around 24%. That's why this explains the difference between the APR. That's a good opportunity. I will get it into it, and I will tell you when I will get it into the discussion part of the community. I have a Pendle WAP BNB question. So Pendle is a nice crypto project. BNB is a Binance crypto project. This is the range on the pool our member get into, and he's out of range and asking what he's supposed to do. He's in the pool since 14 days. So the first thing is he was in the uniswap pool, and if you look at the pool on the uniswap pool, the liquidity is not so good. He should better move his liquidity to this pool with more than 916k instead of 143k, which is not that much for me. So that's better to move his liquidity here. That's the first advice. As he's out of range, he needs to wait 48 hours to see how price move. We check for the correlation. The correlation is really nice on 7 day on 1 month, so no problem at all with that. Pendle price, we see get into 40 days ago. The price was around $4. Now it's now 366. That's less 11% price decrease. So for the one which want to get into this pool, that's a perfect timing because the price is really at the low part of this green range. And I think the Pendle price will go up, like there is a big correlation. When we look at BNB, we see that the price decreased less, so that's why he's out of range. He must be out of range full in Pendle. Because the BNP price didn't decrease as much as the Pendle price. In the meantime, he's still making some nice yield. So for me, I will go to 52.61 or to 56.68 as a range on this pool, and you can make a 150% APR with this range on Pendle BNB. We see very nice correlation. So that means our member come back into range and is making yield, so you don't have to move anything at all. And if you want to get in, as the price is good in parallel, that's a perfect timing to get into this pool. Remind you, there's a discussion on question part. Discussion is discussion between member on our community host. And there's also a question part where you can ask question on your liquidity part. Also, all the school, everything is in English for you. Don't worry. We get a question on our bet on BTC price prediction in case of bear market. We use the 200 days average to define that because we see it's a nice support on the last bear market in the past. So we think the 200 at the end of the bull run will be at 66K, and that's our target for the bear market. But we also agree with people telling that there is such momentum on Bitcoin, enterprise buying Bitcoin on their treasury, that we may never see a Bitcoin price go down again at this level and will go directly to 1 million. So, but if we have a bottom to define, that will be around 66,500K, where we'll become bullish again. I hope you like this video. I like to know what is your BTC prediction. Don't forget that you can join the community to get access to the school, even for beginner, and also advanced. We give strategy to how to match your liquidity pool with a smart rebalance, risky rebalance, and you are always in discussion with expert people which can help you and talk about it. And you still own your money, own your decision, own. So this is not a scam. This is what's happened for our member. They make a plus 8% by month on their honey. So if you want to do that, just click on the link, book a call with me or one of our experts to know better about the community, or just join us directly if you like. See you then. Take care. Bye-bye.